I'm playing the career of a two-way NFL player, but there's a catch. We've transformed Deion Sanders into a 6'4", 250-pound, 99 overall running back, and also a 99 overall defensive end. He's currently only 20 years old, so he could be poised for one of the greatest careers of all time. But first, we need to sim here to the regular season to see which NFL team makes the incredible decision to sign him. And the moment of truth, Deion Sanders has been signed by the Los Angeles Rams. Honestly, prime time in LA seems like the perfect fit. And oh my god, dude, I didn't even think about it. Him and Aaron Donald are gonna play on the same defensive line. Like, that's not even fair. And I'm telling you, Deion's gonna be good enough to carry this offense, no pun intended. And if you are curious, the Rams signed him to a pretty minuscule 4-year contract. So they need to try as hard as they freaking can to win these next 4 years while they have Deion on the cheap. Boys, I am telling you, we are in for one of the craziest careers in the history of this channel. Now from here, we're gonna sim to the end of the season, and we'll continue to do so each year of Deion's career until he actually makes a Super Bowl, which at that point, I'll step in to play the entire game to try my absolute best to get him a ring. Which apparently, even as a rookie, Deion is making a massive difference as the Rams won the NFC West. I mean, he already led us to the #1 offense in the league, and already the #1 defense. I mean, this QB had a pretty solid season, but I am so excited to see what these rushing stats are. Oh my god! What in the frick do you call this? 2,300 yards, 8.1 yards per carry with 28 touchdowns. Like, that might have been good enough for him to win MVP. With his success on the ground, that left no room for any of our receivers to eclipse 1,000 yards on the year. But I'm actually so excited to see how our guy did defensively. Hold on a second, dude. Hold on a second. 29 sacks. Are you serious? No big deal. Just broke the sack record as a rookie. 4 offensive lines having to block both him and Aaron Donald. And I'm actually so curious to see how high we finish in MVP voting. He came in 3rd place, bro. That is the highest I have ever seen a non-QB finish in Madden. And it's even more wild to me that he's already started to make incredible progress towards his ultimate career challenge, which he only has to finish top 5 2 more times. He also has to rush for 200 career touchdowns. On top of that, he needs 200 career sacks. He has to win Offensive Player of the Year 3 times. Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, and he has to win at least 2 Super Bowls. And if somehow Deion does complete all 6 career challenges, as a forfeit, I have to buy every Deion card off the MUT market and sell them all for the minimum of 100 coins. You could kiss every single one of my MUT coins goodbye if this happens. Now that means he surely won an Offensive Player of the Year. There you go. Did he already win a Defensive Player of the Year? Oh god, dude, I might be screwed. I mean, what a freaking start. Poor Rams, because at the end of this contract, if they don't have $1 billion to give him, he probably is going to sign elsewhere. Now, despite the incredible year 1, it doesn't matter if his team can't make it to the Super Bowl. First team in his way is the 9-8 Detroit Lions. We should be taking care of them, and we got the big dub. No big deal, just 158 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 7.9 yards per carry. Wow, only 1 sack. What a job from the Detroit Lions O-line. Now, can we keep things rolling and beat the 14-3 Minnesota Vikings away from home to advance into the conference championship? And yes, we keep things rolling. But now it's the 16-1 Dallas Cowboys that stand in our way. And hilarious enough, the Cowboys' only loss of the season came against the Rams in Week 8, an absolute bloodbath. So I'm hoping here we can do that again. And for like the first time, I think, in my channel's history, make the Super Bowl in the first season. Well, apparently we lost. Gosh, the Cowboys got us by 7 points this time. Like, why do we only give Deion 15 carries? And somehow the Cowboys front 7 got more sacks than Aaron Donald and Deion Sanders. How ironic, though, is it that the Cowboys are the one to knock them out? I'm telling you, though, without a shadow of a doubt, that's definitely not gonna be the only time Deion has a chance to make it to a Super Bowl. And to rub it in, they go on and win the whole thing. thing. But brother, look at those yearly awards. Like, that's the most insane thing I've ever seen. And at the end of season 1, it is so hilarious because at the running back position, our guy apparently has 10 upgrades that we can't even use. And defensively, he has 8, so he should technically be a 107 overall. Now, the biggest question moving forward is, will Deion continue to be able to carry this team on his back as Matthew Stafford continues to regress down to a 74 overall? We'll have to pay attention here to what the front office does in the offseason, because maybe they replace Matthew Stafford, but I'm hopeful they add some better pieces around Deion so they actually can go all out and try and win a Super Bowl while they have him on a cheap rookie contract. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. No huge splash or anything, but at least we got, what, 6 defensive pieces? I mean, who cares about what we have on offense, because Deion has that covered, but defensively around our 2 linemen, it was kind of a struggle, and at least now it looks a little bit better. Now, I am super interested to see here in the draft if they go ahead and select Matthew Stafford's replacement. The answer is yes, Devin Paulson with the 30th overall selection, 72 overall, so there is some work to do there. For what it's worth, I think this is a pretty solid deep first draft class. He's kind of short, but maybe, just maybe, this is gonna be Deion's quarterback for the next decade. I mean, this team definitely has some holes, but they got Deion, so they should be right back in Super Bowl contention. Maybe this year we can actually get a first round bye, and we do actually end up earning a first round bye, as the squad had another insane 14-3 season, back-to-back seasons as the league's #1 offense, and somebody beat us out for best defense this time. I mean, still a good year, but definitely a little regression from Matthew, which he still is owed almost $150 million on a 3-year contract. So, like, I'm interested to see what the frick the Rams do here with their youngster behind them. Now, how'd we do running the football this season? I mean, that's still pretty freaking incredible. Not as good as last year, but that's still insane. Which at least that left room for Cooper Kupp to finally become a 1,000-yard receiver again. Now, how did our man do defensively? Hold on a second, dude. Hold on. What does that even mean? 37.5 sacks. Like, Roger Goodell's got to ban this guy or he's gonna ruin the NFL. Now, 37.5 sacks surely has got to get some MVP votes. So what do you know? Again, our man came in 3rd place, which this is not looking good for my Mutt bank account. At least I won a little cheeky Coach of the Year award. What do you know? Another Offensive Player of the Year award, and I'm assuming another Defensive Player of the Year award. I am so screwed, it's insane. Before we're done today, we really might witness the first ever non-QB actually win an MVP in the history of my channel. Now let's see if we can do what we didn't last year and actually make the Super Bowl. It's those dang Vikings that we have to beat again, but since we got the first round bye, if we win this, we're in the championship and we got the big dub. I really hope we actually can make it this year because I am dying to actually play with Deion. Honestly, nothing way too crazy from him in the first game. And absolutely wild to me that he actually didn't record a sack all game long. I'm telling you though, he's gonna make up for that performance here as he's gonna catapult his team into another Super Bowl. What did I freaking tell ya? And make up for that performance, did he? Almost averaging 10 yards per carry, but apparently he still can't get to the quarterback. Now all we have to do here is beat the Ravens, who's trying to get revenge for last year's Super Bowl. I am not worried one bit here, dude. We got Deion. Starting on defense, 3rd down and 7. Oh, we almost got to Lamar, and we forced an overthrow, so we're already making a little bit of impact. And what I didn't notice is that he is the team's punt returner. 6'4", 250 pounds, and nothing too crazy there. You best believe we're going to get a heavy dose of running the football in this game. First carry, wow, actually stopped him for a loss. Now, I forgot to mention, if I do lose this game, I have to give a copy of Madden 24 away to a subscriber in the comments, so I'd rather not my Mutt bank account and my real bank account both have to declare for bankruptcy in the same day. Hopefully, we can pick this 3rd down and 1 up. Dude, that's so easy. I'm telling you, this man is going to break one eventually. What a juke move. That was insane. Gonna run a little hurry up and try to pound this football down their throats. Little hole here. That's all Deion needs. Broken tackle. Spin move. Down to about the 21. For Ravens, Deion has his X Factor activated. He's actually run the football again here. And he only got 3. Now let's actually see if our guy can catch out of the backfield and run a little wheel route here. I mean, I'm just gonna chunk it to him, see what he can do. He actually didn't make the catch. He had a chance to. So apparently he is human because he's not on the field here. So let's just make sure we pick up this first down. Easy money all day, every day. I mean, did he get hurt? Like, he's still not in the ball game. Kyren Williams on the carry, and he's gonna score the touchdown. I mean, this is a team game, so we'll take the 7 points. Another 3rd down and 7, so we got to get to Lamar here, and they actually pick up the first. Another 3rd down and short, so it's our time to shine. Get off our block. Oh, we were there. Give me another second. We got Lamar on the ground. Oh, no. Mark Andrews down in the red zone. Kind of just doing my own thing here. We got him. Oh, man. That was probably... He caught that? Well, that's rather unfortunate. I'm going to try to get him the ball in open space here and see what type of havoc he can wreak. And a nice little 13-yard gain. Just so ready for him to break a crazy run here. And, I mean, relatively crazy. All we need is 1 singular yard, and we get that and much more. Dion to the house. Big play. Finally. That's what we needed. And I finally get my first sack in the Super Bowl. Not quite. Oh, that should have been a pick 6. He already has 9 rushes for 107 yards. 3rd down and 4. We're going to run the same exact play we broke that huge run on earlier. We do it again. Not quite, but you know what? Screw it, bro. We're going for this. You don't not go for it on a 4th and short when you have 99 Deion Sanders on your squad. That is exactly why. I mean, even if we just only got a field goal on this drive, like, that would be pretty massive. Go by 2 possessions. Kind of a sketchy little screen pass, but hey, bro, we're gonna get the ball all the way down to the 30. Little inside zone action. Great blocks, and he fumbled. Oh my. So maybe he is actually human after all. I don't care if he fumbled on the last play. We're going to continue to hand him the rock. And maybe it was the wrong decision. Counter action, and we just had no chance. Hopefully we can actually punch this in the end zone and not have to settle for a field goal. We have Puka again, wide open, down to the 7. We're going to have to hurry up, though. I'm going to run the ball one more time. I have another timeout that I can spare. And that, my friends, is exactly why I want to give Dion the rock every single play. I'd like to give a massive shout out to today's sponsor, Football Head Coach. It's a new mobile football game that's just like franchise mode. The goal is to obviously win the Super Bowl, but if you look at my starting lineup right now, man, like, we're never going to win the Super Bowl with this squad. So obviously, I'm going to need to improve the team one way or another, and I'm going to do that through opening up a few packs. I could also just buy players off of the transfer market to improve the squad, but I want to see what we can get in these packs here. First, gold pack. We're gonna get a 78 rated player, which is easily gonna be my best player on the team. Who's that? Will Dissly. Got some other players as well, including a TikToker. There's a couple other insane packs in the store right now, like a Team of the Week pack that guarantees an 84 plus overall player. So I think without a shadow of a doubt, we are going to go with the Team of the Week pack. Quality, rare gold. Come on, be sick. Rating, 88 overall. Come on, be somebody crazy. Be somebody crazy. We get Aaron Rodgers off the get-go. So obviously you can tell this game has real players. That's because Football Head Coach is an NFLPA licensed game. Also want to try this autograph pack. Special, we get a kicker out of this one. At least be a high rating. It's a rare gold. Once again, be like a 90. We're going to get an 85. Come on, Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker. We're going to get... Is it Justin Tucker? No, it's Young Hoku. Now, I also do want to try the veteran pack. Gold. What's the rating? Come on, be like 87, 84. Still solid. Way better than what I currently have. Sauce Gardner. It's going to be Xavier Howard. Another all-pro corner. We actually got Justin Herbert, too. So, obviously, the team is already looking much better. Defense isn't quite as strong as our offense, but it's much better than what we started with. And we're going to use those strengths to our advantage because here you can set your tactics. And with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, we're 100% going to throw the ball more. So, I'm actually going to go up to like a 70% pass offense. We can also change our formations, too, to fit the strengths of our squad. So, we're obviously going to remove the wishbone. So I think it's time we take part in a quick game. God, his team is so much better than ours. I want to make it clear this is a simulated management game. Kicking a field goal. I think he made it. Oh, we're getting so close to the end zone. Touchdown, Devontae Parker. Wait, they just scored just like that? Get the ball in the gosh dang end zone. Thank God. We lost by 10. I'm gonna open up a few more packs because I want to win badly with our squad. Joseph Thuney, Marshawn Lattimore, what a pack. We get a Team of the Week. Oh my gosh, this could be big. 90 overall. Oh my goodness. What is this? Defensive tackle. Tim Settle, what a monster. We get a punter. I guess you're going to need a punter eventually. It's an 85 overall. We get Brian Anger. He looks happy at least. Team of the week, wide receiver, Kyle Phillips. We also got a running back too, Raheem Mostert. We needed one so bad. I think we're ready to roll with our new updated squad. Gosh dang it. At least we answered, and we take the lead, much deserved. Now, if we simulate to the end, are we gonna grab our first dub? Bang! So that was Football Head Coach 24. You can download the game by clicking the link at the top of the description box below, which you absolutely should, because that was a freaking blast. Maybe we can solidify the dub on this first drive of the second half. Well, that sucks. That doesn't suck. Keep going. Oh, we got him. I think we got him. Dion on the run. Oh, what a play. Same exact play again, because I believe. Oh my God, I don't believe. I don't ever want to believe again. Come on, get to the QB. They're just throwing the ball too freaking fast. Gosh, dang it, Mark Andrews again. I'm just going to mess with the offensive line here. And I got to... Oh no. Oh no, Lamar down to the 3. An absolute massive 3rd down and 2. Gotta get the stop. Gotta get the stop. I'm there. I'm actually not there. I want to feel like I played a part in that tackle, but I don't think I did. We freaking go, dudes. They're going for it. I almost jumped offside. I can't get off my block, and he hit him for a touchdown. That is so unfortunate. We actually had Isaiah Likely score a touchdown on us in the Super Bowl. Like, something's wrong. All I can try to do here is just not turn the ball over again. Broke it outside. Go, go, all the way, all the way. Juke move. I'll take that down to midfield. All day, every day. All day, every day. Deion Sanders, that was what I was trying to do last time. Can I just actually get to the quarterback once here? I just can't. I just freaking can't. Mark Andrews, he's about to score again. Come here, Lamar. Oh, God, he's going to take off. Is that a touchdown? That's close to a touchdown. Down to the 11. Come here. Oh, we're getting so close. Same situation as before. 3rd down and 1 from the 1. We just can't get off of blocks. Lamar had a receiver open. There is a flag. I think that's illegal touching, so I'm pretty sure we just got bailed there. But again, you know, another 4th down and 1 from the 1. We actually get a stop this time. No, he just throws the ball so fast. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna try that same exact play we scored on last time. They're leaving it so open. All he has to do is be that safety. There's a flag on the play. He's gonna make the grab. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be roughing the passer, or it's gonna be holding. I'm pretty sure that's on us. Come on, Robert! I guess we'll just have to settle for running the football. Hopefully we can get all those yards back. Not quite, but at least it's a 2nd and manageable. Gosh, they're crashing in on the run. It's a 3rd down and 10. The Super Bowl on the line. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again. Come on, Dion, please. Feed him bounce. Feed him bounce. Or just don't even touch it at all. 4th down and 10. That's just not optimal. It's all gonna come down to our defense getting one final stop. We're coming, Lamar. My teammate got to you faster. 3rd down and long. We're bringing the entire city of Zimbabwe on this play. Somebody get to him. Zimbabwean. A Zimbabwean got to him. Let's go. I think it's safe to say, fellas, that this is the game. 4th down and 23 from their own 5-yard line. I would love to be the one to get the sack here. Gets the throw off. And you're kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. That's ridiculous. Stupid, ridiculous, dumb. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Finally. Finally, when we needed it the most. Wow, they got me double teamed this time. Come on, I'm coming at you again, brother. Huge. Can we win the Super Bowl with 3 consecutive sacks? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I thought he was going to catch it, boys. Did we get called for roughing the passer? Is our ball? Let's go. You know, just to add the cherry on top. Where did that come from? Just for fun, let's get to him one more time. Why did they run the football? Why would you do that, idiot? I had to do it to him. I had to do it to him again. I have to say it was a much closer game than what the score indicated. And of course, they hoist up Dion as you win Super Bowl MVP, as this officially marks off Dion's first Super Bowl win. He still has a lot left to accomplish, but as things stand, it's not looking good for my mother bank account. And brother, I do have to say this makes things super interesting. Are the Rams going to continue their dominance without Aaron Donald? It also looks like they've handed the reins over to their young rookie QB, as Stafford's down to a 67 coming off a Super Bowl win. I'm just wondering what kind of financial restraint this team is under, as they're paying their backup QB $100 million over the next 2 seasons. It is going to be crazy to see with all this going on if Deion can continue to carry this team on his back. Again, no pun intended. Let's see if the front office actually replaces Aaron Donald in free agency. They did make 2 decent signings, although they didn't replace Aaron Donald. The crazier thing to me is that, Sean Payton is now our offensive coordinator, so how will that change the game plan for Deion? And I just now noticed they actually released Matthew Stafford. Now, can they actually complete back-to-back dub drafts? I mean, with the 32nd pick, I still think that's a pretty solid draft. So into next season, is this squad actually capable of winning back-to-back Super Bowls? I mean, it's going to be tough with the loss of Aaron Donald, but with Deion on both sides, I still think this team should be competing for a first-round bye. Again, you can't complain at a 12-5 season. 3rd consecutive year with the NFL's top offense. Their defense without Aaron Donald at least is still top 5. Not gonna lie, a pretty decent season from our young QB. And running the football, still an insane season. I just think that first year of his set really unrealistic expectations. How'd he do defensively without Aaron Donald? Just a little bit of the same old, 34 sacks on the year. Now, was that good enough for him to once again finish top 5 in the MVP race? Oh my gosh, just outside of the top 5. Now, did he win his 3rd Offensive Player of the Year? Yes, he did. Now, he had to have won another Defensive Player of the Year, right? Correct. So he's already won 3 Offensive and Defensive Player of the Years in just 3 seasons. This just blows my mind. He has broken the single season sack record every single year of his career so far. And basically the same thing with his rushing yards. But right now, let's just focus on making it to our 2nd consecutive Super Bowl. We have to beat the Commanders in the divisional round, and we lost by 2 touchdowns. Oh my God. It was actually in the wild card, but what happened? Definitely didn't run the ball like we're accustomed to. At least he got a sack and a half. Yes, you can't win the Super Bowl every season. Gotta give a team like the Dolphins a shot every now and then. Our guy only has 1 year left on his contract though, so I'm really hoping this front office goes all out this offseason. Put some more pieces around the team on both sides of the ball, so while we still have Deion on a cheap contract, we can go all out and try to actually create a dynasty here. Well, after that little motivational spiel, we didn't sign a single free agent this season. This better be the best draft class of the career yet to make up for that. Actually, it was pretty freaking solid. Gotta love it when your team drafts a fullback. Again, this season, we're just gonna have to rely on Deion balling out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call for a 13-4 year. Every year of Deion's career, he's finished with the best offense in the league, and the defense, oh my God, a massive step backwards. Another good season, though, from the young buck, and another just completely silly season from Deion at the running back position. Even though Cooper Kupp's 93 years old at this point, he's still putting up good numbers. And through the air, I haven't really been paying attention to it, but he's a reliable option out of the backfield. Oh my God, dude, what even is this? 41.5 sacks in a season. That is stupid. Wow, I wonder if these numbers are good enough for Defensive Player of the Year. Heck, that might be good enough for MVP numbers. That's gotta be another top 5 finish, right? What do you mean? Oh, I missed it. He did come in 3rd place. Well, fellas, what do you know? That's another challenge completed. I mean, he's already halfway to completing his career challenge, and he's only 23. Wild. Let's see if we can add insult to injury to my Mutt bank account as we try and win his 2nd Super Bowl of his career, and we didn't get first rounded this time. Pretty decent game for his standards on the ground, and by far his best defensive performance in the playoffs yet. Now, if we beat the Bucs here, we advance into the conference championship game, and we do get the dub. And all we have to do now to advance into another Super Bowl is beat the 9-7-1 Philadelphia Eagles, and we get the massive dub. He averaged 10 yards per carry in another multi-sack playoff game. All that stands in his way of a 2nd Super Bowl is the Colts, who Deion and the Rams should be taken care of all day, every day. What do you mean? Why'd we we only give him the ball 11 times. I mean, he had a good game on both sides of the ball. His team just let him down. I mean, it is crazy the team at this point's been so successful because they're only an 82 overall, which is not that crazy in the grand scheme of things. It's literally just Deion giving him a chance every single year, which for Rams fans' sake, I'm really hoping they already extended his contract, because if they lose him, they're gonna be a stinker. And they did give Deion a pretty solid 4-year contract, so at least he'll still be a Ram by the new decade. So let's see if the front office has any money left over to actually build the team around Deion now. Well, apparently it was actually the Rams organization that had to file for bankruptcy, because we have no money apparently. We better draft Jesus himself here to make up for that. I mean, I guess it was pretty solid. Like, you gotta keep in mind with this being such a good team, we're always drafting late. Here in 2027, bro, I'm just full sending it. I fully expect this year to be our year we get back to earning a first-round bye. Not a first-round bye, but a 13-4 season's pretty solid. For the first time, we actually finish in second, not first. What has happened to our defense? Dropping to number 2 definitely wasn't the quarterback's fault. It wasn't Deion's fault either. Puka was our leading receiver, and I think that's because we actually had to let Cooper Kupp go. I mean, we couldn't afford to give Cooper Kupp 25 mil. Now, what did he do crazy this year, like 50 sacks or something? No, just 36, no big deal. I'm really hoping eventually, man, he can win MVP, and he did! This truly makes for the first time I've ever seen a non-quarterback win MVP in Madden franchise. I just can't believe he's only 24. That is stupid. Let's see if we can make it back to a Super Bowl, although the Lions might be the favorites because they're like a 7 overall higher of a team. Our team's low overall hasn't stopped us from being successful in the playoffs before, and it doesn't stop us this time either. This time we have to take on the 14-3 Panthers in Carolina, and once again that was no problem. Bro, that is an absolute demolition of the 2 seed. But can we again get past the 1 seed Cowboys? They went 15-2 on the year. We're playing in Dallas, and we got throttled. Not like he even had a bad game. He almost averaged 10 yards per carry. He had more sacks than the Cowboys did combined. Imagine how good this team could be if they would just make the team around Deion good. At least we can be happy that the Ravens finally got revenge. And apparently Cooper Kupp did not enjoy his time in Seattle. But like, come on, front office. We have $143 million available. We haven't signed a single free agent in, what, 3 off seasons? Don't understand why the front office wants Deion to be miserable. And even the draft was kind of stinky. We've made it to 2028 with running back Deion at technically a 136 overall. And you got defensive end Deion at about 128 overall. And as you can tell, like, the team around Deion still is kind of mid, but that hasn't stopped us from being successful every season of his career so far. So again, don't really expect much different this year. And after all that, we finished with our best season yet. It was just those stingy Niners that we couldn't beat. Back in our rightful spot of the best offense in the league, and our defense finally back in the top 5. Devin here starting to look super solid, and it is wild to me that this is considered a down season. First year not eclipsing 2,000 yards, still had 21 touchdowns, and I think that is a career low in yards per carry. I mean, he's only 25, but I guess some people would consider that old as a running back, so maybe he's washed. And defensively, again, man, not quite as good as his last few years. I think you'd still consider 33.5 sacks pretty solid. And if you were curious, Deion has already broke the all-time career sack record with 211, which is obviously good enough to mark off another challenge. Now, where's he at in rushing touchdowns? He's already 3rd all-time in that category. He didn't win another MVP, though, although he came down in 8th place. Now, can we actually make it back to the Super Bowl this season? I'm just gonna sim straight there and see if they can surprise me. And what do you know? We squeezed past the Cowboys. We beat the Eagles by 2 touchdowns. Now we just have to beat the 1 seed Chiefs, who honestly do have a pretty massive overall advantage. But at this point, you'd be stupid not to have faith in Deion to come out of here with the big dub. And we lost. Oh my God, we're getting so close, but we keep failing. I mean, we even outgained them. But our young bucket quarterbacks, 2 turnovers, I think that was the difference. Safe to say we ran the ball a bit better than Pacheco. I mean, I guess there's always next year. I can't believe all this has happened up to this point, and he's only 26. And apparently he added another year in his contract, so he'd be around for at least another 3 seasons. You know, if you just spend some of that $140 million in the bank, maybe you could actually win the Super Bowl and not just make it every year. It's not really the offseason I expected. At least we got a new left tackle, and out of nowhere we get Robert Saleh as our D coordinator. I mean, at least Puka became a star. We now have our quarterback up to superstar. All the young bucks are continuing to improve each and every year. Let's see if we can keep adding solid pieces via the draft. Well, that's by far our worst draft of the day. With this team slowly but surely improving, I'm once again fully expecting another first round bye this season. At least, and I mean at least 14 wins. After all that hype, I'm pretty sure 11 wins is our lowest total yet. At least we still had the best offense. Our defense was the culprit again. Another good season from QB1. I mean, that's still incredible, but the numbers are still down a bit. And safe to say, Puka's finally becoming one of the best receivers in the league. Down to 27 sacks. I mean, still, that's insane, but like, not the Deion Sanders numbers we're accustomed to. Like, what am I talking about? That would have almost broke the all-time record before Deion's experiment started. I forget to keep checking each season, but he is up to 5 career punt return touchdowns. So does that technically mean he's a 3-way player? And I am almost certain this is the first time he didn't get a single MVP vote. But even in his down years, they're good enough to still win offensive and defensive player of the year. So with this being like one of our worst seasons yet, I kind of don't expect to make it to the Super Bowl. What I tell y'all, we beat the Cowboys, but we got knocked out by the 1 seed Vikings, and we kind of got embarrassed. You know, if our front office would just spend money for once. I mean, I guess signing 2 players is better than none, but there's for sure some quality free agents. I just don't get why we're being so stingy with our money. Although the team's overall is looking as good as ever. So our quarterback's improving, Puka's up to a 91. A lot of the young studs on defense continue to slowly but surely get better. Hopefully we can add a couple more young studs here. And this, without a shadow of a doubt, is our deepest draft class yet into a new decade. And this by far is the highest overall the team has been yet. So maybe, just maybe, that means we will finally win our 2nd Super Bowl, which would be bad for my Mutt bank account. And what do you know, another 15-2 season. This time it was the Seahawks and the Chiefs that took us down. Hopefully I don't have to play the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl. Again, we had the #1 offense, and defensively all the way up to 2nd. Really hope the Rams re-sign this guy. And finally, Deion's back up to over 2,000 yards a season. This time it was Tank Dell to lead the team in receiving. How many sacks this year? A solid 30.5. What I am noticing though is that his teammates are starting to compile some sacks of their own. I just think it's so funny how we're getting more MVP votes than our quarterback. At this point, nobody cares about individual awards. We just want to make it back to the Super Bowl, which we did hilarious enough against the Chiefs. Keep in mind, in the regular season, they beat us by 18 points. So if we lose again to the Chiefs, I'm gonna absolutely lose my freaking mind. Oh my God, what does the man have to do? I, honest to God, could not believe this, dude. How many games, how many times have we lost in the Super Bowl? Like 3 or 4? I do want to give a little shout out though to Deion Sanders for winning Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year every single year of his career up to this point. I mean, all there is to do here is just try again next year, which could in fact be his final year as a Ram. And if he does sign elsewhere, he's still only 28, so he has plenty of time to be successful with another organization. Maybe it would actually entice him to stick around for a while, you know, if you would actually spend your $100 million in available funds on superstars around them. That way you'd be going 17-0 every year. So not only did we sign nobody, we lost both of our coordinators and replaced them with Todd Bowles. I just don't understand why our front office doesn't want us to be great. At least we drafted 2 studs, and I'm noticing they drafted a defensive end in the first round to potentially replace Deion? So does this team actually have what it takes to make it to the Super Bowl in what could be Deion's last year? I mean, honestly, my guess is that we make it back to the Super Bowl, but lose to the Chiefs again. 14-3 and another first round bye. Actually displaced as the top offense. Their defense fell all the way back to 18. He continues to put up crazy numbers. I'm curious, did they sign him to a long-term deal? He'll still be here for another 3 years. A sub 2,000 yard season, but 24 touchdowns is solid, which finally gives Deion over 200 career rushing touchdowns. So all he has to do now to ruin my mud account is win one more Super Bowl. Nobody really stood out, but we almost had 3 1,000 yard receivers. Oh my God. Where on earth did this come from? No, bro. That has got to be an MVP. It's got to be, without a shadow of a doubt, thank you. I mean, I think it's safe to say, boys, like, this is the most ridiculous season I have seen in Madden history. He has 118 more sacks than Bruce Smith in second. In rushing touchdowns, he has over 30 more than second place. I mean, this guy still has so much career left, and he's already by far the best player to ever exist ever. But can he finally get that final Super Bowl? We didn't even make it. We lost in the championship to the Vikings again. They've literally been our arch nemesis in the NFC. I have to say, there's so much we're gonna have to unpack this offseason because Deion Sanders might be on another team next year. At least that makes our loss look better. Time to sim to the end of the offseason to see if Deion is still on the Rams or if he has finally joined another organization. So we've made it to the end of the offseason. Our overall still looks high, but is Deion Sanders still a member of the Rams? I fully expect him to be. Oh my God, who are you? Safe to say they signed Deion's replacement, and apparently they also signed his replacement on defense too. Now, dudes, it gets stressful. Like, where the frick did he sign? Here we go, brother. The click of a button, he's a Patriot. Oh my God, of all teams, would they give him like a 10-year deal? Only a 3-year contract. You're telling me the Rams couldn't match this? I mean, the Patriots have a pretty solid roster, although the defense kind of stinky. Now we just have to see, can Deion keep putting up the crazy numbers on both sides of the football with a brand new organization? And can New England finally bring him his second Super Bowl before he retires? What do you know? New team and another first round bye. Now, how did the Rams do without Deion? Oh my God, that's so funny. They still make the playoffs. Comes to a new team, still leads the #1 offense, and I'm pretty certain that also means they had the best defense too. What do you know? I mean, this quarterback's looking pretty solid. Now, how'd he do on the ground? First year as a Patriot, 2,243 yards and 27 touchdowns. Definitely think the Patriots made the right decision giving him the money. Now, could he possibly eclipse the 49 total sacks? Not necessarily, but 32.5 will do. And he almost won his second MVP. Now, can Deion lead New England to the promised land, back to the Super Bowl, and thank God we don't have to play the Chiefs? We did have a close call against the Chargers, so you just never know. I know it's gotta happen eventually, so just go ahead and get it over with. Go ahead and get your second Super Bowl. I am actually bamboozled. We've made it to the Super Bowl so many times and we just can't get that second win. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and sim 2 more seasons into the future, and surely in 2 more years he's got to get another ring, right? So at the end of 2034, the Patriots just went 15-2. Before we check anything else though, I've got to see who the reigning Super Bowl champion is. It's the Vikings again. There's just no way Deion doesn't win 2 Super Bowls. Like, he has been too freaking good. I mean, top offense again. The defense is taking a massive step backwards. Another 2,000 plus yard season from a 30-something-year-old running back. Still putting up 29 sacks a year. He only had 30.5 last year. That running back actually had a stinker under 2K last year. He's actually up to 8 career punt return touchdowns. Maybe he could break Devin Hester's all-time record before it's all said and done. I mean, he's still a 99 overall running back as a 31-year-old, which is insane. And they just gave him another 3-year extension. Now, can this be the season where he finally gets, I have to admit, that much-deserved second Super Bowl? And by God, he's made it again. I just will not accept the fact that they do not win the Super Bowl. He's made like 5 or 6 Super Bowls at this point. He's just due to win a second, and it's finally happened in Super Bowl 69. I mean, I have to say it's much deserved, and you know what that means. He's officially completed his career challenge, which is not a good thing for my MUT bank account. And this literally all comes down to seeing how many cards are even on the market. This could literally be the end of my MUT account. Oh my God, I gotta buy all of them, even the ones listed over 100,000. I, honest to God, cannot believe I'm doing this. And there you have it, every Deion Sanders card bought off the market. Unfortunately for me, but unfortunately for you, I can only list these for a minimum of 2,700 coins. Safe to say it's quite a bit less than what I bought them for. I'm probably making somebody out there like 400, 500,000 coins. There you have it, you freaking demons. Every single one of them sold for the absolute minimum price. Now let's skip ahead 2 more years and see where the frick Deion's at. So we've made it to 2036, and let me tell you something, bros. Like, I thought today we have seen it all, but we haven't. Do you want to see the craziest thing of all freaking time? Deion Sanders is still a 99 overall as a 34-year-old running back, which is unheard of. And you want to know why? Because he just ran for 3,000 yards and 37 touchdowns in a single freaking season. Why, what? At the same time, compiled 35.5 sacks. So I think it's pretty safe to say that he added another MVP to his total. And you know, I forgot to mention, he just won another Super Bowl. At this rate, I don't know if this man is ever gonna retire. In just another silly 16-1 season. I mean, that's still crazy, but just still not quite a 37 touchdown season. Still putting up 37.5 sacks though, as an almost 35-year-old. And here they are, you know, just back at another Super Bowl. Is he gonna get his 3rd with the Patriots? Without a shadow of a freaking doubt. Hey, look who won Coach of the Year. And I think it's safe to say you call this going out on top, but not before rushing for 10,000 more yards than anybody else. Almost doubled the rushing touchdown total from 2nd place all time, and he only ends up with more than 260 more sacks than 2nd place all time. He has 9 out of the top 10 most rushing yards in a single season. And I think if anything, this just shows you how ridiculous that 28 touchdown year from LT was. But he does actually hold all top 10 seasons for most sacks in a year. And as you can tell, I think it's safe to say we just watched Deion Sanders become the greatest player of all freaking time. Times like 7. Now, hopefully you enjoyed so much that it forced you to subscribe to my channel. And if it did, you can click right here to watch another video where I play the career of Travis Hunter.